Apache Air Assault. Single player game, co-op game. You play a helicopter pilot of an Apache battle helicopter, and it's your task to go around the world and make sure everything stays nice and quiet and peaceful. And the game doesn't actually have a story. This is the story. You go all around the world in several different missions, and you have to take out the enemy, make sure, like in Somalia and in South America for instance, you have to battle against the pirates of Somalia and of course and against the drug mafia in Colombia, and you have to take them all out with your helicopter. And that's the storyline. You go all around the world and take out several different objectives to make everything peaceful, and you did it with an Apache helicopter. You've got several types of weapons, rocket launch guided missiles, lock-on missiles, hellfire, machine gun. You can also zoom in, you can also hover and look at the enemy and zoom in a gunner position and set on the flare so you see your enemies and your teammates who are strobes that's got on the body, so you can make a difference between the enemy and your friends. And you have to take them all out with your gun, which you can zoom in, look around for and fly away, take another position and do the same again. It's useful if you're taking out ground units like soldiers or RPG soldiers. There's also co-op mode. In co-op mode you can pilot one helicopter with two friends, so one is the pilot, the other is the gunner. And you can also play it with 4 friends, each one an Apache helicopter, and do a co-op mission. There's also free flight mode where you can fly around every level and do what you want and look around. It's an arcade game. It has a realistic mode. In the arcade game you cannot do loopings or stunts or anything. But it's the best way to play the game, because if you play it in realistic mode you can do loopings and other stunts, but the most difficult part in the game is, like on the PC games, you have a certain panel of instruments which you can use. Your keyboard, a good joystick, several buttons, and you can pilot very precisely your helicopter. They wanted to do a game like Hawks a bit, but Hawks is really fast and it's an airplane game, fighter jets, and not a helicopter game. This is a helicopter game and you pilot around in the helicopter, and if you play it in realistic mode you can do loopings and all kinds of different stunts, but it goes slowly, and in the time that you're doing those stunts they are shooting at you with rockets, missiles, bullets, and your helicopter gets hit and you're dead. You can also crash very fast, and that's also quite difficult, especially when you're using your Xbox controller or PlayStation 3 controller. It's difficult. And of course the lack of instruments. When you're sitting in the cockpit you don't have really a bearing for your instruments. You have it on your HUD, but it's not enough. And when you're the pilot you don't have a real view, and when you're the gunner you have a great view, but you don't pilot a helicopter. So it's an average game. The graphics are okay, they aren't great. In Hawks it was better and beautiful, and here it's just less detailed, and that's a bit of a shame. And also the gameplay is always the same that you have to do, so there's no variety in that. And in the storyline, like I said, there's not much storyline in it. Just go around and do your job. That's the basic storyline. And then of course you've got the multiplayer, where there is no multiplayer, there's only a co-op. You can unlock different type of Apache helicopters, and also different skins like camouflage for the helicopter that you can unlock for the game. It's the only helicopter game for the consoles, and they wanna do the same thing as Hogs. With the helicopter, they kind of succeeded, but in Hogs it's a little bit better. In Hogs 2, it was also an average game, and this game, the first helicopter game for the consoles, it's also an average game. It did succeed in creating a game for the consoles with a helicopter, but because of the lack of different variety in the levels and gameplay, and the difficulty on playing the game on the realistic mode, so you switch over to the arcade mode, it's really a shame that they did it, because it could have been a greater game if they made it a little bit more in the style of Hogs, that yes, it's arcade, and yes, your weapons are refueled in the air automatically. By how it's possible, I don't know. Normally you have to land and everything is reloaded. Same goes with Hogs and with this Apache Air Assault game. But in co-op mode it's a little bit better and more fun to play, but in single player style and play it on your own, it's just the lack of variety that it makes a average game.